Oh, hello, hello, Three Slips family. So as you can see, it's just two slips here today because the ball isn't swinging so much. There's no overcast condition, so we don't need the third slip for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Not too much swing on offer, so just two slips instead of three slips today.
Yeah.
Day three ended at Headingley. Um, moving day, as they call it, pretty much tha moving day. Or
Yes, yes, totally.
yeah, how do we begin? I think we should start with talking about Harry Brook. You know, getting out on 99. Lucky, unlucky. I don't know what you want to call that. He was out on a no ball last over of day two. He was dropped twice today, so that's lucky. But then eventually getting out on 99. And I think this is not the first time that has happened. So Rajat, बताओ कुछ उसके बारे में.
Yeah, I would say his innings was filled with luck, but his luck ran out on 99. Prasidh Krishna, who was having a very bad day, was having very bad 2 days. Suddenly his luck shined. So amazing for him, but sad for Harry Brook. Always, चाहे opponent हो, चाहे खुद का player हो, 99 always hurts. But yeah, his luck ran out, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you talked about Prasidh Krishna. I think Prasidh Krishna को बोल सकते हैं milestone destroyer because if I remember correctly, उन्होंने Steve Smith को भी 99 पे पहले out करा हुआ है.
Yes, no, not
But
on 99. He got Steve Smith on 9,999
oh
test
right,
runs in
yes, when
Australia.
Steve Smith needed just one run, and then
And then he
yeah,
got
you are right.
got him got him.
Exactly. So Prasid has a knack of, spoiling the party whenever there's a milestone
Yes,
around the corner.
yes. Yes, but
But
before we start with everything, so last video we all predicted how much runs England is going to post for India, right? And I think all three of our predictions, let's say they were not all wrong, but we somehow ended in the middle where India maintained a 6 run lead, but they did not let England get ahead. So
yeah, so that's the thing, right? India were 359 for three, and then eventually got bowled out for 471, right?
yes, yes, yes,
With England, they were 276 for five. That's
yes,
half the side back in the pavilion, right?
yes,
Ben
yes.
Stokes was the fifth wicket. They eventually go on to score 465. So this is two contrasting tales. The Indian lower order pretty much did not do
Did not,
anything.
did not.
And the English lower order,
Yes.
they hung around, they stayed there, got those important runs, and I think that will play a very crucial role in the outcome of this game. But I also want to touch. We already talked about Prasidh Krishna and how he has spoiled the party for Harry Brook, not letting him get to his Test 100, but he has bowled 20 overs for 128 runs. That's an economy of almost 7 runs per over. And mind you, this is not the IPL. This is Test cricket. Yes, three wickets, absolutely. But क्या कहना चाहोगे प्रसिद्ध कृष्णा की बॉलिंग के लिए.
Man, like again, he got 3 wickets, and that's really good for him. Like he deserved wickets. Every Indian bowler deserves wicket, but you cannot afford to lose runs at this kind of economy. Even if the opposite team is playing baseball, you cannot lose this many runs. It's a test match for God's sake. This is a test match, right?
Yeah,
So I know the other team is only looking to attack you, is only looking to hit the ball the outside of the boundary. But as a bowler, you are supposed to be defending your ground and you bowl those lengths where you don't get hit that much. Uh,
yeah,
economy of almost economy of almost seven. Like I think its economy is like 6.4, but still
yeah.
that's a lot for a test match. And you leaking 120 runs is a lot, man.
No, absolutely. And you said that the other team is playing baseball, which means aggressive cricket, but that also brings an opportunity for you to bowl
Yes,
smartly, deceive them with maybe slower
yes,
balls, using
yes,
some variations, bowling at the right length to get
yeah.
some wickets. Whenever,
Mhm.
this is just like Rishabh Pant when he's batting, there's a very high chance that he will hit you for sixes and spoil your
Yeah,
economy. But at the same time, you're always in the game. You can always get him out with a good ball or some good
yeah,
plans, good field setup. So I am disappointed in Prasidh Krishna, even though he has three wickets next to his name
yeah.
on India's on day two. when India was bowling, there was really no support for Jasprit Bumrah, which was very unfortunate to see that Bumrah is always the lone warrior. Today, we can definitely say that Mohammad Siraj and Prasidh Krishna supported Bumrah, but
Yeah.
that's because yesterday there was no support at all. So today, whatever little they contributed, it seems like a very big contribution, but honestly, it is not. It is still Jasprit Bumrah who's done the predominant amount of damage, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's been the story so far for Indian bowling.
Because I was just when I woke up, I was just reading through our goat Sachin Tendulkar actually said that India is the only reason Indian team fielding side is the only reason Jasprit Bumrah doesn't have 9 wickets in this game. Because if those four catches
Absolutely.
would have happened, he would have 9 wickets in this game.
Absolutely, I totally agree. And in Test cricket, even in when you're playing school level cricket, you're playing district level, the only thing that you taught is like wickets don't come that easily. So
No, no, no.
catches are
Our,
even more important here. You can't afford to drop players like Oli Pope. Uh, and that too, when Jadeja did that, I was so disappointed. Yashasvi Jaiswal at slips has not been up to the mark, especially when we've had such
yeah,
legendary slip fielders in the history like Rahul Dravid, V.S. Lakshman, Sachin Tendulkar, Ajinkya Rahane. Virat Kohli himself was a decent slip fielder, but Yashasvi Jaiswal not up to the mark. Hopefully, when England comes to bat in the fourth innings, Indian fielding can be much better
much
because,
better.
as they say, catches win you matches. And I think this
Yes,
apply,
totally.
yeah, and I think this applies even more so in Test cricket. Well, moving on, I want to put some light on Shardul Thakur, who has pretty much been under the radar this whole Test match. Did not
Ah.
do anything with the bat. Has only bowled 6 overs. That's insane. Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
So, right, look, a team selected a bowling all-rounder. He's a bowling all-rounder, not a batting all-rounder. So let's just emphasize for our audience that his role is predominantly bowling when our main lead bowlers aren't bowling, have just completed their spell. Let's just say that. So bowling him for just 6 overs showed captain did not trust him. Uh, because the 6 overs that he bowled, I think he went for like 38 runs. So that's just like a ODI or a IPL like spell where you just get smacked all over the place. It's like,
No, absolutely, totally. He's bowled 2 no balls. He's given 38 runs in his 6 overs. That's an economy of 6.3, which is as much as Prasidh Krishna's. But the good
yeah,
thing is at least Prasidh Krishna has bowled 20 overs.
right,
Uh,
right, right. Totally.
I think you said it very well that the captain is not showing enough trust on Shardul Thakur. India is playing with only 5 bowlers here, and 5 bowlers means there's no part-time bowler. Everybody has to bowl a
To bowl.
decent number of overs,
Yes,
right?
yes,
And
yes, yes.
you're not letting Shardul Thakur bowl means that you're not confident enough. You're not thinking that he can get your wickets here. You're not even using him as a filler. At least they use Jadeja as a filler here, who's bowled 23 overs
More than Prasid
for
did.
68 runs. So yeah, more than Prasid did. So he's when he bowls, the other fast pacers can get a breather. But point being said is that if you really want to bowl just 6 overs from Shardul Thakur, even
Yeah.
Saharsh mentioned this yesterday that you might as well just play Nitish Kumar Reddy, who's a better batter, in fact, a
Yes,
much
yes.
better batter, and he can
Hmm.
also give you 6 wickets. And you never
Hmm.
know, he could pick a couple of wickets, just a 1 wicket whenever you need to break that partnership, which Shardul used to do. Unfortunately, he's not bowled. Uh, he doesn't have a big sample size of overs to even break that partnership to even for us to even decide if he could actually what do we even say when he bowled only 6 overs. I haven't seen
Right.
much of him to even comment on him, but the only thing I can say is यार मत खिलाओ अगर तुम्हें उससे सिर्फ 6 ओवर कराना है.
No, that's true.
Coming back to this test, day 3 is over, the moving day is over, final 2 days remaining.
India
India
batted for,
India is now batting. They've batted for almost 24 overs
yeah.
and they have a lead of almost 100 runs, to be precise,
Yes,
96
yes,
runs.
yes.
We've lost two
Well,
wickets. We've got Yashasvi Jaiswal already back in the pavilion, which is very unfortunate. The way he batted in the first innings, मुझे लगा था कि ये innings भी उनका काफी हमको कुछ रन देखने को मिलेंगे. The bare minimum would be at least a half century. Sai Sudarshan back in the pavilion. Rajat, कुछ Sai Sudarshan के बारे में बोलना
yeah,
चाहेंगे
yeah.
first?
So, yeah, first of all, shout out to our third slip. He predicted it very well. He told Jaiswal might edge a ball, and that's what happened yesterday. He edged a ball on when he was on fourth, and he got his wicket taken. But Sai Sudarshan back in runs, I told you guys, although it's not a big score, but he showed that he can bat and he has that style. I think where he got lost was he was trying to play an aggressive IPL like cricket. where he was trying to play baseball with the team who plays baseball. But the thing, as you said, was when you play baseball, you have chance that if the bowler bowls smart balls, you might get your wicket taken. And that I think is what happened with Sai. He was trying to be attacking too much because if you look at his strike rate, he was in 70s for sure. Yeah, he was like no, he was in 62. When I was seeing the game, he was batting on 30 or odd balls and he was already 20 something runs. So he was around in 70 strike rate, but he's on 62 now. But yeah, he has four fours and he was rotating the strike really well, really often to be honest. But yeah, he's back in runs, not a lot, but he did score. So that's hopeful from seeing him, and that also shows the temperament of a player. Like he came and he attacked. That was his temperament, and he tried to achieve it, but unfortunately, he got out.
Yeah, I get your point. I don't really fully agree with it. I think he should have stayed there. This is not IPL cricket. He's been selected to play Test cricket. He knows what his duty is. He's batting at a very crucial position of number three. His role was to support KL Rahul, to be there, not lose his wicket.
Yeah,
Imagine if India were 90 for one instead of 90 for two, India would have been in such a better position.
that would be true. That's true.
He,
That's
he
true.
he looked decent for the 48 or 48 40 odd balls that he played. He scored 30 runs, hitting four boundaries. Good. That's decent. Yes, we will have to give it to him. It's his debut game. Or he was batting on a pair. He got a duck in the first inning, so of course there would have been some nerves. Kudos to him for playing close to 50 balls. Uh, Hopefully, as much as I want Abhimanyu Easwaran to get a chance, hopefully Sai Sudarshan is not dropped on the basis of these two innings for the second test game, because that would be the worst thing that you can do to a young player, a debutant
That's true.
who's had a beautiful IPL season. You've given him a chance. You drop him just on the basis of one test match. Not fair to him. Well, again, we can discuss that further in our build up to the next test. I want to talk a little bit about the underrated KL Rahul.
Right. So I'll go with this. He's batting on 47. He's faced 75 balls. He's pretty much set. He has looked so decent and so good, so elegant. He hasn't given a single chance to the bowlers from other side to even, to trouble him. Let's just say that. He's just been concentrating. And I think that he was doing that yesterday as last batting session as batting as well. He did not give a single chance to the bowlers other than his 42 edge out, which was unfortunate. He lost his attention for one moment and his wicket was gone. But I think he has been looking very well in this session where the conditions have been worse than the first one because as you saw, the rain ended yesterday's game. The conditions have become cloudy and overcast. So, England bowlers use overcast as like a death spell. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We've seen this time and again. The moment the weather changes, it becomes overcast, the clouds are around, the ball starts moving, and as that happens, the best of the batting orders have uh, slumped suddenly. So, but I do want to talk a little bit more about KL Rahul. He's always so underrated. He's played 75 odd balls, and I really hope that he can do something similar to what Shubman Gill did in the first innings and score a big 100. That will be very, very important for Team India. And if he does that,
Mhm.
the pressure will be on England. And I think
Yes,
Rahul
for
has the
sure.
capability to play a long innings. In Australia, he was doing what Cheteshwar Pujara did for them in the previous two Australian tours to block the ball. What here he's doing is he's not missing out on the opportunities to score.
To
He's
score a
not
run.
outright
Yes.
blocking. Whenever there's a width, Rahul अपना हाथ बढ़ाते हैं, run बनाते हैं, भागते हैं, बहुत hard running करते हैं. And when a player is running hard, when the player wants to get back on the strike, to he's willing to take two runs and get back on strike, it shows the player is hungry. He's not afraid of
Hungry. Yes, yes.
facing the bowler. And as we discussed in our previous day one and day two review, England bowling has been anything but lethal. They're not lethal. So Shubman Gill batting not out, 6 runs, coming from a big score, coming from a very big 100 of the first innings, full of confidence. Captain needs to play another captain's knock, and I am
For
very
sure.
hopeful. I am very hopeful. I want to end this on a note by asking you, how much do you think India will have to score? And at the same time, do you think India can bat till tea tomorrow? And maybe can they bat all day? I don't think they will bat all day tomorrow. But do you think can they bat till tea tomorrow, or do you see them getting all out before that?
Look, I think it all comes down to what the weather is going to be like when the game starts tomorrow,
So you're saying if
right?
it's overcast, India is gonna get all
Yeah,
out
India is going to have
before
a
tea.
very hard time, and I have a feeling that yeah, India would be pulled out before tea.
Before tea. Okay, that's a big statement coming from Rajat there. I think India will not be bowled out before tea. India will declare tomorrow. They might want England to face the last 10 to 15 overs. Jasprit Bumrah coming on with a
Yeah.
hard spell and try to take a couple of wickets, and then England might have 8 wickets remaining. Final day 5 of the Test match. Uh, I know I'm thinking too far ahead of myself, but I want to manifest that. I still think India can win this Test match from here.
Also, just one more thing. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. Our third slip has predicted that India will set a target of 350 runs, and he sees India winning from that point.
Absolutely, I totally agree with him. I also see something like that happening. India right now has a lead of 100 runs, 96 runs. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
250 more runs to be scored tomorrow. And that can happen. That can happen, especially if players like Rishabh Pant, Ravindra Jadeja, and Shardul Thakur can score some quick runs towards the end.
Yeah.
It will all depend on how Shubman Gill and KL Rahul play the first 1 hour of the day tomorrow.
Yes, yes,
If
for
they
sure,
can
for sure.
see that through,
Yeah,
I totally agree with what Sahar says that India can score 350, set a target for 351, and bowl England out.
for
Because
sure.
one thing we know for sure of this team of Brendan McCallum and Ben Stokes, even if the target is 375 plus, they are going to go for the chase. They're not going to play for a draw.
Yeah, England doesn't play for a draw. Neither India does. We don't want to play for a draw, and I'm hoping it doesn't draw. But
As also,
there are like a few chances that it might end up being draw. But right now
there's
it's a
always a
win or
chance. Yeah,
loss. But right now it's a win or lose situation right now.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's my prediction would be there's definitely not going to be ending in a draw. I would go ahead and say 75% chance India is going to win this Test match. But I absolutely know what can happen if the weather gets overcast, as you rightly
Yeah, yeah.
said. So that is our review
Or
of
yes.
day three.
Hmm.
Good day of Test cricket. Exciting 2 days remaining coming up, day 4 and day 5. So stay tuned and do follow us for more.